Hi everyone, it's Mina here again. Welcome to my channel. So I want to talk about substance abuse. And the reason that I want to talk about substance abuse is because substance abuse is very destructive and it had affected many lives across the world, all over, from many cultures and so on. And many children have faced the negative effects of substance abuse. My siblings and I are kids who had faced the very negative effects of substance abuse. The reason being is that my dad was an alcoholic. So that is one of the reasons that I want to do this video, is that if it inspires or can have a positive effect, even if it's on one human being, I will really be happy. And I want to share some of my little experience as a child growing up with an alcoholic father who could not provide for his family. He was busy drinking every day, almost every day. The only time that he could not he couldn't get to the shop is when he was too drunk to get to the shop to buy his alcohol, despite we had tried many means of hiding it away from him, or whatever means we find, he still find it and then start hiding it from us. So as a child growing up, my father could not provide even money for me to go to school. So one of the things I used to do is that if I have money for 1 or 2 days, I save the money. I don't buy snacks at school. I save the money so that I can go to school the next day. And I used to get up early in the morning and scream and yell. And you know, I really have a loud voice, maybe because I developed that from screaming and yelling for my school money. So one of the things I used to do is get up early in the morning and start screaming from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock to ensure that my dad find my money for school. So there was a school bus that used to run only at 7 o'clock. So what I used to do is I used to get up early and ensure I get that school bus. So if I don't get money for one day, I already would have saved my money from the day before. And the school bus only used to charge $10. So that is how I used to get to school. And one more thing is that there was this politician. He's such a kind man, Dr. Rupert Rupnarayan. Everyone know he's from Mahaika. So he used to pass us because I'm standing on the main road. Me and my friends, we were waiting to get transportation. Back in those days, it was extremely difficult to get transportation to go to school. So a lot of times what we call free ride. So my friends and I will come out early and we'll stand on the road and he'll pick all of us. We're sitting on each other's laps. Like when the minibus conductor say, "Take a squeeze down there." When I was yesterday in the getting minibus, he said, just shift down, take a squeeze down there, somebody's coming out of the vehicle soon. So these are things. So me and my friends, we will come out early because Dr. Rupnarayan, he used to pass at a particular time. So we would come out and ensure, because he don't charge us, he just have us load up behind his red Suzuki. At the time, he used to drive a red Suzuki, and this is over 15 years ago. And we will wait for him, and so we don't have to pay. So that's how we get, some of us, I save my money, so that because I don't have to pay. And also when I using the school bus that was available, like maybe 3 times, it wasn't every day, but like 3 times a week or something, so I only pay $10. So those were the methods I used to find a way to get to school, because I love school. School was everything for me. I love going to school, I love to read. And one of the things is that because I was an avid reader. I read and read and read. So that also helped me to understand my father, to understand everything and my environment. And it also is what propels me to enhance myself and develop myself. There's nothing like reading. Reading is your best friend. Reading is what gives you everything that you need for this life. People are not going to teach you wisdom. Some of the things you learn in school, but not everything you learn in school, not everything you learn by people telling you. Your books was my company. And to this day, books is the best company. That's why I would have done videos on the National Library. So this is what I want to share with you, is that because my dad was an alcoholic, it put me through a lot of suffering as a child, and made me find ways of means of accomplishing and getting things, getting to school and so on. So he couldn't provide. He was an alcoholic. So I suffered and my siblings suffered, because living with a drunk father wasn't a very easy thing. He make noise the whole night. He will talk. I couldn't study. I couldn't even sleep well. So these are the effects, the negative effects, is that when a person cannot stand up for their family and they're an alcoholic, it affects everyone around them, their children, their family members, society at large, because when they become intoxicated, they cannot cognitively function at 100% capacity, because they can't think clearly. So they say whatever they want. So that is why you find a lot of bad things people do when they are drunk. And that is why I am against substance abuse of any kind, whether the popular kind of such as alcohol consumption, meth, cocaine, any fentanyl, any form of drugs that are available and sold on their hand to people and children and anybody. I am against any form of substance abuse, because it destroys family, it destroys people. I could not have gone to university right after high school because my dad simply couldn't afford to send me, and I had many setbacks in life because my dad was an alcoholic. So that is why I wanted to share these little experiences with you, so that even anybody, one person in life, can be inspired or understand that their actions such as substance abuse can have a negative effect on their children, on their family members, on anybody. And this is my view, so that when somebody is looking at my video, if it's one person could be influenced or changed or inspired, it is a good thing. And my boys, they can look back at this video. My nieces and nephews, they can look back and they can learn something from my past, from the way I was brought up and my experiences. And if it's one person's life that it influenced, I am happy about that. That is why I'm doing this, to share my experience. So, having experienced my father being an alcoholic, it destroyed a lot of my opportunities in a way that where I could have excelled in many means, where I could have excelled and accomplished things at the earliest stage of life. But instead, I was loaded with responsibility, even looking out for him. Instead of he looking out for me and protecting me, I had to look out for him, because I was constantly worried if he's going to be if he's going to be in a puddle somewhere, fall down. And there one time I remember, right in the yard, he was so drunk, he fell in a puddle with water. It was a rainy season. My mom had to rescue him, and the water was getting. So these are things that I experienced as a kid, and that is why I urge parents to own up to your responsibilities. Your responsibilities are not your eldest child job to take care of the other siblings underneath them. Own up to your responsibility. Do your duty, and don't put your responsibility as a parent for the other child to take care of the other children on them. This is something that is common in our society, where parents, they make children but they don't own up to the responsibility. I had a very good mom. I'm glad that she held it together. She was a vegetarian and she was a very good woman, and she had her own dreams, but the children consumed you. So having 4 children, it wasn't very easy for her to deal with that. So she held it together. She put up with all the garbage of my dad, but she came from a very good family, and my dad came from a very good family. So that was the most puzzling thing of it, is that they had set background, stable background. I couldn't understand how he became an alcoholic. So these are experiences I want to share with you all, and to tell you that alcohol abuse and any substance abuse is very destructive, especially when parents are unable to provide and own up to the responsibility to give their children a better life. I was denied that very much in my life. Throughout my entire life, I was denied that. My dad, I don't ever remember my dad hugging me. I can tell you that. I don't ever remember my dad, except when I was like a really small toddler, something, taking me to nursery school. That's as far as. After that, nothing. Nothing. So that is why I'm sharing this responsibility, these thoughts with you, is to tell you that parents should own up to their responsibilities, and that substance abuse is dangerous and destructive for people. And whether they are in their private space at home or whether they're in the public, it is dangerous, because when you drink and drive, you put your life and other drivers and other road users in danger. And a lot of times when criminal activities are done, it is because someone a lot of times is under the intoxication or drug consumption. So these are my thoughts that I want to share with you, and I hope that if it can influence or have a positive effect on one person, that is my goal. So thank you for listening, and see you all next time. I just want to add this little video, this little comment, sorry, is to say that I'm happy that my brothers, they don't consume alcohol, and they turn out to be very good fathers. I'm proud. I would just want to give a shout out to them and say I'm proud of you all. Yep, I'm very proud of you all. And to my niece in Canada, Mia, who is going to be watching my video, and my niece on the East Coast, who's going to be watching my video, and my nephews, see you all. And I just wanted to give you that shout out, and I'm proud of you all. So thank you for looking at my video, and I do hope that you take my little words and understand it, that substance abuse is dangerous, and own up to your responsibility as a parent, and don't hand it down to your eldest kid. Do not do that. They're not the parent. The eldest kid is not the parent, because I, as the eldest child, I suffered a great deal being the eldest child, where my parents didn't take up their responsibilities, and it's not a nice thing for a kid to experience. So that's all I wanted to share with you all, everyone. And please, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your positive words. I greatly appreciate it, and see you next time. Okay, bye bye.